What's up, guys? My name is Itz D. Rob,
And I'm Luffy.
and
And
this
this
is
is
our
our
gaming
gaming
podcast.
podcast.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
Yeah. All right, so this is our first podcast, and for today's topic, we're going to be doing Minecraft 1.20's new features in Minecraft 1.20. Now, of course, it's only a snapshot right now. We've only got a few features so far since Minecraft has changed the way their updates and slash snapshots work, but hey, I mean, we've still got stuff to talk about. So, yeah. So I myself have not played it. I'm assuming you have not either, Luffy?
That is correct. But I have heard some things about it. I have some things I'm interested in discussing about,
Yes.
like some ideas that
Hmm.
could be put into action as a result of this update. So,
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, for one, there's what I believe to be 4 features that are in the snapshot, and then we have another confirmed feature, which I believe is also going to be a part of this update. So the mob vote was very interesting this year. I know there were mob votes
yeah, I'm
in
pretty
previous years. I mean, as probably a lot of y'all know, there was like the Sniffer, the Rascal, and the Tough Golem. All pretty interesting mobs,
yeah.
but yeah, go on.
All three were interesting to me, but it seemed like the community really, really wanted that sniffer, huh?
Well, it makes quite a bit of sense. If we go into the features each one was going to provide, the Tough Golem was essentially a glorified storage system, and although it was interesting, it didn't offer a lot. And even the Rascal, although had an interesting mechanic of finding it 3 times in order to give you a pickaxe of some sort, again, it wasn't a ton. It was sort of niche because, I mean, it was probably only going to be a cave type of dude. The Sniffer definitely was probably the most interesting one in my opinion because you have to go get its eggs from like an ancient ruins type of thing and then hatch them. And then after that, obviously they'll grow up and then they add new plants to the game. So new plants equals new stuff. So it makes sense why the Sniffer won. And I think it does fit in very nicely with their. Also, I'm not sure what the update is going to be about yet. People have been speculating archaeology, but this current point, I don't think it has a set theme.
Yeah, although the archaeology assumption, it is interesting. I guess I could see it because you have to find the egg in the ruins too. I could see it being based off of that now, but the thing is, they didn't know which mob was going to win, so
It's fun.
yeah, I can see both sides. I'm excited to see what some of these plants that the sniffer is going to add. I'm interested in seeing what some of those are. Some, what they'll do and how they'll change the game.
Certainly, maybe new dyes, maybe I don't know.
Healing herbs, maybe.
Different new potions would be interesting for sure.
Yeah,
Even as decorative, if they're interesting, if they end up being visually appealing plants, that would be kind of cool as well. I'm in for that. So how about we go ahead and go into, because I've got up here all of the features that are currently in this snapshot. And although neither one of us have played them, we can at least discuss them because I've seen them. And I do have some thoughts on it. Let's see. Let's go over the Campbell first. Why don't we?
sounds good to me.
All right, yeah. Uh, so the camel, yeah. So far, it seems to be one of at least two new mobs coming to the new update. And it is quite the interesting mob because it has a couple of features that other mobs, the writable ones at least, do not have. For example, it seems like it is able to hold two people, and although it is slower, it is also able to apparently prevent damage from coming to you uh, from most hostile mobs because of how tall it is. And then the last big thing it's got is some a jumping, basically a dash jump that's able to go over like small uh, holes, like ravines, for example. Something that horses could not quite do as well.
Yep, and that'll certainly be interesting. Uh, I wonder
Also,
if they might add the mob to maybe some like server games such as Bed Wars. It'd be kind of funny to ride a camel over to somebody else's base to take them out.
that is certainly an interesting thought. I do see some mini games that could be made out of this. Like the idea of someone riding the camel, like one actually riding it and trolling it, and the other just like defending, maybe off based off of hostile mobs. There's some potential to be had here, mini game wise for sure. Definitely think, and especially with the long jump, it's got. I actually think that's probably the best name for it because it's kind of similar to Mario's long jump in the games. It's literally got that exact same type of dash to it.
Yeah,
I could see that being used in interesting ways. Uh, I mean, aside from speed, it seems like it'll be pretty OP for that kind of thing. For the for traversing land that's more dangerous, like with hostile mobs and stuff. So yeah, there's definitely some uh, potential here with that. And of course, we can't forget before we move on. Apparently, you can name it. It was either underscore Jeb or Jeb underscore. And I remember you used to be able to name. You still can. I remember you're able to name a sheep that, and it'll give it this kind of rainbow wool. This kind of wool that just kind of changes colors. And with the camels, they decided instead of making its fur rainbow color changing like that, to just replace its head with Jeb's head.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's bit uncanny to say the least, but very interesting that they did something like that, honestly. Like, it's not something I would have expected, that's for sure. All right, next we've got hanging signs.
Actually,
So,
before we move on, something I wanted to add on to that was I wonder if it will be a viable strategy to take the camel to the end. If
I
it's possible. Because I mean, you think about it, if no mobs can touch you whatsoever, what's to stop you from taking one from the end and
yeah.
absolutely wrecking havoc with it?
Well, I don't think no mobs can touch you. I still think the Ender Dragon would probably be able to touch you. And even if you argue that it is useful against Endermen, the issue there is that I feel like, well, Endermen are like really tall. I have a feeling they'll still be able to damage you, even on the camel. I can't really, I don't really know yet if the whole you don't take damage because is because of the actual height or because, oh, you're on a camel, so therefore you can't take damage from mobs. I don't know whether it's an actual height issue or it's a programmed if you're on a camel, you won't take damage, kind of thing. So if that's huh?
Invincibility.
Yes.
Invincibility levels are over 9,000. Okay, I'm sorry I had to make the joke.
Okay. Yeah, that's the point. Not sure if they'd want to make players invincible on a camel. But yeah, as I said before, the next feature is hanging signs, which essentially are a new type of sign. So you could kind of hang them in different ways, and you're able to like add sort of. I think there's like so. I think different wood types have different colors. Could be wrong about that. I haven't seen a ton, but you can apparently stack them, like in terms of how many hanging signs. And I've even seen this from Minecraft Live, them using it as like a visual type of decoration. Not even with like any text, but like as like decoration. It looked very nice. So, what do you think about the hanging signs, Luffy?
I think it's quite interesting, and the fact that you can hang them in like different orientations. For example, you could have the top one horizontal and the one below it vertical, and you could continue different patterns just to create the look you want and add some depth to your signs and what you're trying to say with them. It's pretty cool.
I'm hoping that they'll probably be added to build battles, but in build battles, I want to see just kind of how these are. Hopefully, they're actually added.
Time will tell how creative people will get with them.
Oh, certainly. I definitely think, yeah, they're smaller, but they're a smaller little edition. But I think they're a nice addition. Okay, next is a little bit of a bigger feature, in my opinion, and that is chiseled bookshelves. Now,
Ooh.
aside from looking different from regular bookshelves, they are also able to store up to 6 books, which is very interesting. So, in the past, maybe you've stored your enchanted not notebooks, your enchanted books maybe in a chest, but now with chiseled bookshelves, you can now store them in a chiseled bookshelf. So I think in terms of visual, I feel like it's less of a visual thing and more of a essentially a new way to store books. I mean, there is technically a visual aspect to that, but I don't know. What do you think?
So I think it's a good idea, and I know that this would be hard to code, but although this is cool, using the bookshelves, it's not exactly going to be practical because you can't just select the certain book you want. You've got to go through all the other all sorts of. You have to go through the books you have stored to get the one you want.
Yes, that is one
And
issue for sure, is that you got to go
that's
through the ones in order,
yep.
like from last place to first place. So that's definitely an issue, but
They could see use depending on how many blocks they take up, but I mean, if they take up more than something like a double chest, I don't know that it's going to see use outside of just decoration.
well, I'm pretty sure they're the same size as a regular bookshelf. They're pretty much what they're supposed to be is they're supposed to be like the regular bookshelves, the ones that are 1 by 1 blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're pretty much the same size. They're the same size, but yeah, no, they're not. They're not like an actual bookshelf thing. The giant ones. No, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, certainly an interesting feature as well. But you do bring up a good point with how the storage system works, and it's not necessarily the most practical way. And then finally, we actually have the bamboo wood set. So essentially, now bamboo can be used to make wood. So there's an entire wood set. So all the types of different blocks you can make with like any type of wooden planks, you can now make with bamboo, which I think is quite interesting. And the best part is that their boat, the boat for the bamboo wood set, actually looks like a raft instead of a regular boat, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, I saw a photo of it. It's incredibly cool in my opinion. I'm excited to see how they look, the the planks, and it'd be kind of cool if maybe like say you made tools out of bamboo. Maybe in the future they could add on bamboo sword, stuff like that. Because
I'm
that'd
pretty,
be
well, I'm pretty sure you can probably still make. I'm trying to think about.
yeah.
I
I'm just
think.
talking about more visual changes.
Oh, okay. So you mean like? Okay, I understand what you mean.
Kind
It
of
would
like
be interesting if they change. It would be interesting if they changed the wood tools to reflect the color of their uh, wood they were made of. Definitely think yeah, and maybe like. But then I do wonder about what would happen if you took like two different types of wood. What would happen then?
you make a point there.
Because I remember, I mean, with wool, you have to have three of the same types of colored wool in order to make a bed. You know,
But
I
to
actually
be fair, the same line of logic could be applied to making the planks and especially the doors, because all of the doors, depending on which type of wood you make them out of, they all have different appearance, and so I do
I,
think I do think it's possible.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably not going to be that much more impractical. I mean, who's going to have only, let's say they want to make a pickaxe. Who's going to, I mean, are they really not going to have like three of the same type of wooden plank on hand? I feel like, nah, but they will.
Exactly.
So, definitely a point there. Definitely a point there. All right, I believe that brings us to the end of the amount to the of these 1.20 features for Minecraft. So, what are your thoughts so far?
I think it's an interesting update. I look forward to everything it's going to be bringing to the table. I can't wait to experiment with it all. Just kind of see, what has changed. Maybe if they have added some of these visual differences that we talked about. Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. Cool update.
Oh, definitely.
What do you think about it?
I think it's quite interesting. I know the Minecraft community hasn't responded the most positively because, in their eyes, I guess they're forgetting the fact that this is not all the update is bringing, mind you. This is the stuff that is for sure coming to the next update. There's more coming,
Yeah,
but
this is just what we know and is confirmed.
exactly. A lot of people are just like, "Oh, there's like hardly anything in this update," and it's like, guys, this isn't everything we're getting. We're getting more. This is just what's confirmed being added to the update.
Yeah, this just what has been revealed, because we're not going to cover rumors and then it turn out to be you
Oh,
know
not even,
this is
yeah.
because if they put rumors out there and then it's not in the game, you're also going to have people complaining about that.
Well,
So
that. But then, I mean, I remember apparently there was like concept art they had for like these ideas they wanted to add to the game, and they didn't end up adding them, and people got angry. And so they even said in the Minecraft Live how basically they wanted to change the way the updates work, and so now they're only showing off what's confirmed being added to the game, and that again, that's what the snapshot has. And there's going to be more. I mean, like we said before, but
I also like the surprise factor with it because you know there's more, but you just don't know what, and so you have to get in the game and actually experiment with stuff to find it.
okay, that's an interesting.
Because I mean, you got to think like, okay, let's say they add something and they don't specifically say that they've added it, right? You find it in the game on your own.
It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about no. An update, and when they do an update, they're going to tell you everything, at least that was added. Now, if there's bug fixes, that's going to be like a smaller thing. But no, they're not going to just not tell people what's in their updates.
I see. My mistake.
No issues, no issues. Yep, from the way I was talking about it definitely may have come off that way.
All right.
So yeah, I think that's it for this podcast. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Let us know if what we should talk about. I mean, we are willing to talk about anything, y'all. Well, maybe not anything, but I mean, if y'all
certain limitations. Let's not
yes,
not jump the gun here.
Of course, exactly. But if y'all have any game discussions, like anything you all want us to talk about, let us know.
Yep, and Discord server will be a link to the Discord server will be down in the description. And if you'd be interested in talking with us, who knows, you might be here for the next one.
Certainly. Well, all right then. I think that's going to conclude it.
All right.
All right, we'll see y'all on the next one.